to try beef, salt, and water for 45 days. Hello, everyone. Bubba Mac 187 here. And as you all know, it's been some time since I've made a video in any capacity. Just thought I would update everybody to let you know what's going on in my life now. I got married recently on Valentine's Day, and here's my lovely wife. Just wanted to let everybody know kind of what's going on. So we've been inactive in our YouTube channels. We've had a lot go on. Ever since we got married, it's been one struggle after the next. It's not the marriage, it's just the way things go. I blame it on the devil. Anyways, the day I got married, I was sick, and a couple days after that, 3 or 4 days later, my wife got sick. The day after that, my wife got sick. A couple days after that, 3 or 4 days later, my wife got sick. And then our appliances, one by one, started messing up. We had a faulty washing machine. The washing machine stopped working. We were without a washer for 3 or 4 days. We were without a washer for 3 or 4 weeks. And I had to struggle getting it out of there. It was kind of funny. I was trying to take it out and everything, and the hose busted off of the thing, and there's water squirting all over our utility room, shooting all over the place. At the time, it wasn't funny. I was very angry. My wrist, I was experiencing some inflammation in my left wrist, and I didn't know what it was coming from, but I was trying to unscrew the hinges on the door to the garage utility room so I could throw the washer out into the garage. Well, I finally got the hinges off the door, one hand, threw the washer into the garage, so all the water's shooting all into the garage, and the garage door's not working. So we needed a garage door replacement, opener replacement. Our shower wasn't working. We got a shower replaced, and then we were cooking on the stove one Sunday after church, just making some spaghetti. Just had some noodles and water, not even the butter there yet. It began to boil, and all of a sudden it sounded like an electric chair. It was like zzz, boom, big fireball, and my wife had just moved out of the way just in time. It burned a hole, like it welded a hole through the bottom of the pot, and then water shooting up in the air, and all this boiling water got all over me, but thankfully she wasn't harmed, I wasn't harmed. So moving forward, all this time I'm sick and she's sick. We're going to the doctor, I'm on all these antibiotics. Well, I'm up on the roof where I work, which is a large building, a couple stories high, and I just lift up my foot. I mean, just lift it straight up, and the ligaments holding my tendon to my ankle snapped. And then my tendon's moving all freely. Luckily, there was a guy from Africa there on top of the roof just randomly, and he was like humming and something in French, and massaging my foot. That made it a lot better. I don't think that was an accident. Anyways, as I was climbing down the ladder in excruciating pain, I started to think, I'm 37 years old. What's going on with Bubba? I don't know. So I started to think, well, is it the food? Well, my diet didn't change. Now I'm in this boot for 3 weeks, and then they say I might have to have surgery. Well, I went the other day. I'm going to have to wear it for 3 more weeks, so 6 weeks altogether. Surgery should not be required. But anyways, I was thinking, what happened? Is it a change in my diet? No, everything's still the same. So I was at school, and one of the guys was telling me that a lot of the times people who take certain antibiotics have ligament ruptures or tendon ruptures. So could be a ruptured ligament or tendon due to antibiotics. So I started to think, well, what am I going to do? I've got this inflammation in my wrist, my feet are killing me, my knees are hurting. So I was just praying about it, and I felt like God led me in the direction of possibly checking out the Lion Diet. It's been popularized by a couple people online and more people on TikTok and everywhere. And so I hear. I don't have TikTok, but I hear that it's a popular diet. Beef, salt, water. So my lovely wife has agreed to join me on a little journey to see if maybe this will reverse some things. A lot of people online are talking about, this Lion Diet, beef, salt, water. It reversed my incurable gun disease. It reversed my incurable asthma. It reversed arthritis. It reversed type 2 diabetes. All on and on and on. All these stories. People talking about it regulated their mood swings. It helps them be more energized. They're sleeping like a baby. They can turn off the sleep and turn it on like a switch. And it's just pretty cool. All the things people are saying. Longevity, it increases libido, just on and on. Here's your psoriasis and eczema, inflammation. So I wanted to try this out. I've had some mood swings. She's had some mood swings. She's feeling very lethargic. She's very apathetic. She doesn't want to get up out of the bed sometimes and walk down the hallway in the middle of the day. And she's a perfectly healthy young woman. Me, personally, I'm not feeling the tiredness, but I get agitated, irritable, hangry when I'm not eating enough food. And apparently this Lion Diet, just beef, salt, and water, is supposed to help your hangriness dissipate. So I want to give this thing a shot, and I want to see what all the hype is all about. I'm going on it for 7 days to start off, and my wife is just going to do 7 days with me. Not sure how deep she wants to dive into this with me. She probably won't go as far into it as myself because she doesn't have as many issues as I'm having. I've got more issues than Time Magazine right now. So I'm going to try it out for 7 days with her. She's just going to be like an emotional support and kind of like a motivator. Like, we've got this, we can do this. Plus, she's going to get to enjoy eating a bunch of steaks and hamburgers and, beef patties, ground beef, and bowls of ground beef and stuff for a while. And take a little break from sugar and caffeine, we are. After that, I'm going to gradually start adding stuff into my diet. Maybe do a keto, more of a paleo maybe a carnivore diet. Or maybe it'll be like some people say, the animal-based diet, where I'll add in strawberries. If strawberries cause more inflammation, take the strawberries away. Add in blueberries. If blueberries are making me irritable, take out the blueberries. God forbid I have to give up chocolate, but maybe chocolate is causing me to have some sort of reactions, ligaments, tendons. We're going to see. So her and I started exercising today, hitting the gym again. We've got a home gym. I'm going to try to do this diet, but also I'm going to include some Bible verses because this isn't just going to be a short-lived journey for me. I'm going to add in foods, and I eat a lot of cashews and almonds. If the almonds are causing me problems or cashews, I'm going to eliminate them from my diet for good. And I'm just going to try to see what I can do about living a healthy diet. Hopefully I can still have milk and cheese without, any sort of adverse reactions. I love Greek yogurt. I love those things. It may or may not bother me. We're going to see. So join me on this journey as I document a different series in the Bubba Mac 187 life. Yes, I still love weapons, but I might not be doing a lot of videos out shooting out on the range and things like that. here in the near future. Probably going to be more health oriented and I guess you would say fitness or well being minded. I'm going to include some Bible verses. There are some verses in Proverbs and Psalms. Pleasant words are like honeycomb and strength to your bones, health to your bones. Different verses like this, I haven't really been saying pleasant words. I haven't been cursing, or anything like that, but I haven't been positive. I've been very negative about my situation, like just sarcastic mainly, like, oh, with my luck, the way things have been going now, I wouldn't be surprised if an airplane engine fell through the roof and crushed us all. So I shouldn't be saying things like that. Maybe that's having an effect on my bones. And so I'm going to follow these Bible verses and lean into the Lord, trust the Word of God, and try to see if I follow these verses and if I follow this diet, maybe things will get better, because I started to think about the ancient Israelites. What kind of diet did they eat? Well, they weren't eating pudding, snack packs, they weren't eating Jell-O. What was that? They were eating meat and beans, legumes, vegetables, things like that. Then I started to think of, back before America was America, there were native peoples of this land. And a lot of they had bows and arrows. There were different tribes, and they would go out and they would hunt buffalo, and they were trackers and trappers, and they would do all this stuff, and they would eat off the fat of the land. Corn, potatoes, tomatoes, all these things people have survived on for years. But then one day, some crazy crackerjack invented a frosted flake. What is a Skittle? What is an M&M? So in America, and I have to say it, we're not very popular for having the best diets. We're not popular for having clear, glowing skin. So maybe I'm going to start cooking with beef tallow, and I hear that you can rub it on your face and you'll glow like a star. And things will come together in your life like never before. But, over in Europe and stuff, you don't see a lot of people with as bad skin disease and stuff as we have over here in America. There's something to be said about that. The ketchup that you buy over in Europe is healthier than the ketchup that you get here in America. So, nothing against George Washington Carver, but peanut butter probably isn't the best thing in the world. Now, there is some dispute whether George Washington Carver actually even invented peanut butter or not. You can Wikipedia that and go down that rabbit hole. Believe me, I have. And it's upset some people on both sides of the spectrum. I'm a George Washington Carver fan, so I like to think that he was the main inventor, but there is some evidence to say, well, maybe whatever. My point is, it's processed. So I'm going to try to, even after it branching out from the Lion diet, which is just the beef, salt, and water, I might not just do that for 7 days. I might do it 30 days. This isn't going to be like one of those little fad diets where I'm like, I'm going to try beef, salt, and water for 45 days. I'm going to try beef, salt, and water for 45 days. No, it's going to be something that however long it takes before I start to feel different and see, okay, what's working. Then I'm going to start to incorporate more things into my diet, and I'm going to follow it spiritually, physically. It's going to be a whole big journey for the 37-year-old that you've grown to know and love. Yours truly, Bubba Mac, 187, Bubba Gump. Some people like to call me Bubba Lit. Some people call me Bubba Gump because I've got a big lower lip. They always used to make fun of me when I was a kid and tell me not to trip over my lower lip. Kids are cruel. So are adults. A lot of times, adults will be teasing. Anyways, I digress. I want to make a plan here and have you guys join me on this journey, trying to become a better me. So I'm going to follow this, and I'm going to take out all the processed stuff in our diets that we have. The yogurts from Yoplait, probably not the best. Maybe Giovanni plain Greek yogurt, add in a little bit of raw honey, maybe something like that. I have a pretty good diet. I'm eating sorghum, 100% pure sorghum. I'm eating pure strawberries, blueberries, a lot of vegetables. Mainly just eating vegetables, not even really eating meat now. Experience a lot of discomfort, a lot of stomach pains, pains all over my body, joint pains, not sleeping well. And I'm wanted to attribute it all to the processed cesspool that we're in, this processed factory that we're in. And it's crazy. It's like everything's swirling like psychedelics. You got everything's looking pretty like a lollipop, you know what I mean? But is it good for me? Probably not. It's not even real cane sugar. We've got high fructose corn syrup in every drink. The foods, our candy and stuff has the same stuff as our soda. And it's like, what is Red Lake 40? What is Y Lake 5? Yellow Lake 5? What are these things? Why are we putting this in our body? It can't be good for our bodies. So if it's got one ingredient, I'm going to try to eat that. What is the ingredient of a carrot? Carrot. What is the ingredient of apple? Apple. Kale. Pinto bean is a pinto bean. So I'm going to try to eat things with only one ingredient. Go back to the basics, back to the fundamentals. The Lord knows what He was doing. All these medicine's giving me I'm somebody, I've been healthy, most of my life. And I've never really took a lot of medicine growing up, Now I've been taking more medication now here these past couple days than I have, these past, whatever it is, couple months than I have my whole life. And, God didn't make Ritalin grow on trees. He didn't make naproxen grow out of the ground like potatoes. We're not supposed to be on Lexapro because Lexapro, there's no Lexapro berry bush, so man made that sorcery. The pharmacies, the big pharma, all that, they've got their things. Yeah, I'm not saying that there's no place for it. Some people, I'm not a doctor, I'm not advising against it. I'm just sitting here philosophizing, if you will, politicking, if you will, trying to come up with something. There's some sort of solution here to where the Israelites didn't need, back in Jesus' time and before Jesus was born, you didn't have people on bipolar medication. What did the people with manic depression ever do? Probably ate more turmeric and ginger. Who knows? I don't. All I know is I'm going back to the basics. I'm going back to what the historical humans ate. The caveman diet, you can call it. I'll wake up in the morning, I'll go hunt, I'll go to work, I'll make food, I'll cook more food, and I'll do this journey to see if it has any reversible effects on my ailments. I'll let you know how it goes on the lion diet, the paleo or caveman diet, the carnivore diet, the keto diet, or whatever diet it turns out to be. It might just be the Bubba Mac diet. Maybe I can have some of these vegetables and chocolate cake every now and then. I'll find out. Stay tuned and I'll let you know how it goes. So, from me and my honey bunny, I hope everyone out there has a wonderful day. Keep your nose in the Bible and your eyes on the Lord. Woo-hoo!